You're over here living in a box, bullying yourself every time you step out of line and go from socially approved to cringe. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't say this, I can't say that. Why? When people like Donald Trump can become president of the United States, cringe. Like, what even is cringe? I'm trying to find other ways to describe cringe outside of the word cringe. Can we like define cringe as something that makes you look silly or stupid? A feeling of embarrassment or maybe humiliation? It's a social construct that we all buy into. And personally, I bought into it in around middle school. I feel like the idea of cringe gets really out of hand when it starts to box you in. I got to the point where I was saying everything is cringe. Me expressing a genuine thought is cringe. Me giving affirmation to myself or to another person is cringe. Having desires and goals for my life was cringe. You just don't want to be the one that is saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. So you're just suffering in silence, locked in your body. If I say or do anything that is not conform to society or my interpretation of what is right and good, it's cringe. It's a toxic social construct because you're basically training yourself to think that doing anything like human is now wrong. If everything is cringe, who are you allowing yourself to be? You might have heard this before, but like your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. You're afraid that if I do this thing, someone's gonna come at me and say it's cringe or politically incorrect or tone deaf. You're afraid of people assigning their own meanings to everything that you do. And the real problem is your inability to hold space for those other people's opinions, statements, feelings, and misjudgments. And all of that is a result of you not knowing yourself, you trying to fit in with other people, you caring about what other people think more than you care about what you think of yourself. You want to fit your self-expression, your art, your writing, your whatever it is you're putting out. You want to run it through this social filter first. Why are you doing that? You're afraid of other people rejecting you. I completely understand that tribal mentality. I completely understand that need to want to conform to your community or to social camouflage. But the consequence of being like everyone else is that you don't get to be yourself. You have to let go of that fear of other people misperceiving you, because I'm telling you, it's not just your fear of looking stupid, because you don't look stupid. Like, that's just a construct. That's just an idea. You're not cringe, you're not stupid, you're not weird. Like, that's just what other people have assigned to what you're doing because they don't understand it. When people say, oh, that's cringe, oh, that's weird, it really means that they don't have any prior experience with it. And they're just assigning a label based on what they feel, their discomfort with it. It really is a projection of their own trauma. Experiences where someone did the same thing to them and said, you're being weird, you're doing too much. Other people can only speak on their experiences. Other people are telling you who they are. When they say something about you, they're really telling you who they are and what they believe. That changed literally everything for me as a content creator. I was so fucking blocked because I was so afraid of looking stupid or being cringe or saying the wrong thing or being problematic and further perpetuating racism and misogyny. And look, I'm just existing. Not everything is about everything else. I'm not perpetuating shit. You're perpetuating the story that I'm perpetuating something. A lot of highly sensitive people start internalizing what other people feel. They feel like they have to now pander and cater to what that other person is saying. And you really don't have to do shit. You really don't have to do shit. There are motherfuckers out here who do not give a fuck about the repercussions of anything. They don't give a fuck about the consequences of what they say, do, feel, act, anything. It's good to be mindful and it's good to show empathy and validate other people's experiences, but that doesn't mean you have to abandon yourself. That doesn't mean you have to become someone you're not and do all these crazy mental gymnastics to try to fit in or to not be cringe. How can you continue to be yourself despite what anyone else is thinking? Triggering somebody or saying the wrong thing at the wrong time and being wrongly accused is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, clearly. So it's up to you. You have to make the decision that you're not going to let those types of ideas get in your way. You have to get to the point where you being yourself and just simply existing matters more to you than another person not liking you or misunderstanding you. People get triggered and mad because they don't have the full story. They don't have the full context. It's not your job to regulate other people's emotions, and that doesn't mean to trigger people on purpose, and it doesn't mean to not be empathetic and understanding when you do make mistakes or when you say something insensitive. But if people like Kanye and Donald Trump can still have careers and still have people look up to them, that means that on some deep level as humans, we must understand it's not all one thing. It's not black and white. Humans are complex. This is like a long-winded way of saying just be true to yourself, be authentic. Now, if you feel like you're called to create something here, create that shit. I've got nothing else to say other than just make that shit, create that shit, make it happen, do it. If the idea of cringe or like looking stupid is really the thing that's blocking you, look at people who are the outliers of that narrative and learn from that. I'm not saying be like them. I'm saying learn from that idea that there are plenty of people who can build up an audience, build up a following, create cool shit, make art, sell albums, write books, sell books, go on tours, build six-figure businesses. Whatever it is you're trying to do, like, you can do it by being yourself.